All right, top focus. The Supreme Court bench gave the CBI 1 week's time today to file a fresh status report on the brutal rape and murder of Abhaya in Kolkata. The CJI-led bench flagged a key document that's missing. That is the challan for Abhaya's autopsy. Meanwhile, the top court has warned doctors to resume work. They are on protest, and the top court today gave them an ultimatum.
5371.
Scathing observations by the Supreme Court during the hearing in the RG Kar Hospital rape and murder case. The Apex Court set a deadline for junior doctors in West Bengal who've been on strike since the crime took place a month ago. A three-judge bench headed by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud on Monday asked striking doctors to rejoin work latest by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, failing which they would face disciplinary action. The Supreme Court's intervention came after the counsel for the Bengal government claimed 23 lives had been lost due to the strike.
We know what is happening on the ground. All that we want to assure the doctors is first return to work. We have said that the district collectors and the superintendents of police will monitor the situation. They shall provide adequate facilities to ensure their safety and security. They must now come back to work.
The Supreme Court granted 1 week's time to the CBI to probe the entire sequence of events in the case and asked the agency to file a fresh status report on the 17th of September. The Supreme Court also questioned the Bengal government over the 14-hour-long delay in filing the FIR in the case. The judges pointed out lapses on the part of the Kolkata police prior to the post-mortem in the case.
During the course of the hearing, the court has been apprised of the, into inverted commas, challan for use when a dead body is sent for examination, into inverted commas, complete, full stop. The Solicitor General, on the instructions of the investigating officer of the CBI, states that the above challan, duly filled in, is not a part of the file which has been handed over to the CBI for investigation.
Solicitor General Tushar Mehta insisted that the Mamata Banerjee government was not cooperating with the CISF personnel deployed to give security to doctors. The Supreme Court directed the state to hand over the required security gadgets to the central forces on Monday itself.
All the respective district collectors and superintendents of police shall take stock of the situation and ensure that necessary conditions have been created for ensuring the safety and security of all doctors in the government medical colleges and public hospitals.
Meanwhile, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, speaking at a public event, alleged there is a conspiracy to defame Bengal and claimed that a plot was hatched to set Bengal on fire.
বাংলাটাকে গ্রাস করবার জন্য পুলিশের হাত থেকে সবটাই কেড়ে নিতে চান রাজ্য সরকারকে, কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের এর মধ্যে পুরো চক্রান্ত আছে। আমি কোর্টকে কোনো ব্যাপারে একটি কমেন্টস করব না, বিকজ উই আর বাউন্ড টু অ্যাকসেপ্ট দ্য কোর্ট ভার্ডিক্ট। কিন্তু মনে রাখবেন কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের সম্পূর্ণ চক্রান্ত আছে এবং আরো কয়েকটা লেফট পার্টিস।
Mamata Banerjee alleged a slander campaign against her, denying that a government offered money to the deceased doctor's family. Abhaya's father, however, reiterated that the family was offered money.
আপনাদের যে ভিডিওটা নিয়ে এখনো বিতর্ক চলছে, সেখানে কিন্তু পুলিশ থেকে এখনো দাবি করা হচ্ছে যেটা তাদের পক্ষ থেকে করা হয়নি। আপনি কি আপনার দাবিতে এখনো অনড়?
তাদের পক্ষ থেকে করানো হয়নি মানে
পুলিশ করেনি বলছে, পুলিশের তরফ
থেকেই করানো হয়েছে। সেটা আমরা নিশ্চিত জায়গায় বলে দিয়েছি, তারা বিচার করে তারা রিপোর্ট দেবে।
আমি টাকার কথা বলেছি, মেনশন করেছি। মিথ্যে কথা, কুৎসা, অপপ্রচার, চক্রান্ত। রেসিডেন্সিয়াল ডক্টর ফোরাম একটা অফিসিয়াল স্টেটমেন্ট করেছিল, তার 3 নম্বর পয়েন্টে লেখা ছিল adequate compensation to the victim's family.
The BJP hit out at Mamata Banerjee, demanding her resignation once again.
The polygraph test of the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee as well as the arrest of Mamata Banerjee could be imperative to ensure that there is justice given to the family members of the deceased and to every citizen of the country.
The entire city, including protesting doctors, were eagerly waiting for Monday hearing at the top court. But the apex court has directed the protesting doctors, those are being considered as the face of this mass movement, to resume work. Now these protesting doctors have to finalize an alternative way to keep their flame on, demanding justice, but keeping the health services normal. With camera person Kirunjit Dash and Sam Sundar Ghosh, this is Viktik for India Today.
My colleague Indrajit Kundu joining us live with the very latest. Indro, touch upon two things that came out of the Supreme Court hearing today. Number one, an important autopsy report document missing. What does it mean? Number two, an ultimatum now issued by the top court of the country to the protesting doctors to get back to work.
Well, that's right. I think given the kind of very emotive discourse that we have seen over the past 1 month, somewhere down the line, the Supreme Court bench today brought the entire discourse back to reality. Because, instant justice won't be possible. The system will take its time the way it has to. The CBI is probing the matter. There are allegations that there have been some amount of shoddy probe that was done by the Calcutta police. And the Supreme Court today pulled up saying that there was a document or a challan after the inquest was done and the body was dispatched for post-mortem report. There has to be a challan that has been called for by the Supreme Court that couldn't have been presented by the state government, Kapil Sibal, today. So that is a question that was raised by the Supreme Court. At the same time, the Supreme Court has brought back the diktat that the doctors, protesting doctors, will have to report to work tomorrow by 5 o'clock. And if they do that by 5 o'clock, there would not be any coercive action. The Supreme Court will see to it that there is protection. However, if they fail to do so, the Supreme Court has clearly said that there won't be any intervention possible from the court side if the government then decides to take any coercive action against these protesting doctors. Look, the ball is clearly now also in the court of these doctors as to how they will carry forward their protest, also ensure that they do not break the Supreme Court's diktat. They have to follow the rule. They have to also show and give this sense to the public at large that they are law-abiding citizens and therefore they are seeking justice in a democratic process, and they will have to wait. The parents, of course, have really come out in support of the doctors who are protesting. Yesterday also they were there at a night protest, and they're continuously saying that they're with the doctors. So the high moral ground that the doctors now have in public perception, they will have to be also on the right side of the law in order to be able to enjoy that high moral ground.
All right, Indra, appreciate you joining us. We're going to come back to you for more updates on the story. We're watching that very closely. With that, let's now take you to the state of war, Haryana, and the big developments taking place. There is going to be no alliance between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. The talks have fallen flat in poll-bound Haryana. Both parties failed to reach consensus. The India bloc allies will be fighting solo in this assembly election. Sources also tell us that Aam Aadmi Party and Congress did not ally on a seat-sharing pact for Haryana. While AAP sought seats in double digits, Congress only offered 3. The Aam Aadmi Party was very clear that it wanted preference of seats. The Congress, though willing to give about 5 to 6 seats, said that they would give it as per their own calculations. Sources in AAP say they were ready for a tie-up with Congress but are not willing to compromise on choice of seats.
आम आदमी पार्टी 10 से ज्यादा सीटें चाहती थी और कांग्रेस ये कह रही थी कि वो 300 से ज्यादा सीटें नहीं दे सकती है। ये जानकारी अभी आई है, इस पर आपका क्या कहना है?
देखिए, मैं किसी आरोप प्रत्यारोप पे बिल्कुल नहीं जाना चाहता। मैं स्पष्ट ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हम एक मजबूत विकल्प हैं और वो मजबूत विकल्प हरियाणा में रंग दिखाएगा। देखिए, हम अपनी लिस्ट जारी कर चुके हैं। हमारा इंडिया अलायंस के हम पार्टनर थे, इंडिया अलायंस के राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे हम पार्टनर हैं।
देखिए, आज के दिन चुनाव में कांग्रेस के सामने कोई चैलेंज नहीं है। कांग्रेस को आप पूरा आशीर्वाद, चौधरी उपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा जी को, चौधरी उदय भान जी को पूरा आशीर्वाद हरियाणा की जनता का मिल रहा है, हरियाणा कोने कोने से। और प्रचंड बहुमत से, बड़े बहुमत से कांग्रेस की सरकार बनने जा रही है हरियाणा में। ये बीजेपी वाले भी मान चुके हैं। 10 साल के भाजपा के कुशासन जिससे आज हर वर्ग हरियाणा का नाराज है, परेशान है। किसान, व्यापारी, कर्मचारी, गरीब, मजदूर, नौजवान, महिलाएं, खिलाड़ी, हर वर्ग आज परेशान है। और 10 साल के इस कुशासन को वोट की चोट से इस भाजपा की सरकार से पीछा छुटाएंगे हरियाणा के लोग।
जो वायदे कांग्रेस पार्टी ने 2004 से लेकर के 2014 तक किए थे, अगर आप उस लिस्ट को गंभीरता से देखेंगे, वही चेहरे हैं। इनके नकाब इन्होंने बदले हैं। आज ये ईमानदारी का डंडोरा पीट रहे हैं, परंतु ये लोगों का शोषण करने में कोई कोर कसर नहीं छोड़ते। परंतु हरियाणा प्रदेश के लोगों ने मन बना लिया है कि अब की बार, तीसरी बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बड़े मैंडेट के साथ सरकार बन रही है।
All right, now let's get you the breakup story between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. What really went down? Well, the Aam Aadmi Party, to begin with, viewers, had given 9 seats to the Congress. Out of those 9 seats, the Aam Aadmi Party was willing to come down to 5, but they were not willing to not get the seats of their choice. On the other hand, the Congress was giving them the seats of what they calculated were seats that they would benefit giving away to the Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party, though climbed down on the number of seats, they were okay to go with 5, but were very clear on the exact number of seats that, or the preference of choice of seats, what they wanted. As talks continued, AAP felt the Congress was giving the weak seats away, where in some of them, BJP had almost won 5 times. They thought this was not a winning proposition and decided to go solo. And that is when you had the Aam Aadmi Party release its first list of 20 candidates. I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Moshmi, who's joining us live on what is going down within the Congress. Moshmi, the Aam Aadmi Party felt that the Congress took a lot of time in making a decision, number one. Number two, the Aam Aadmi Party felt that the Congress was only giving them seats where the BJP was strong, and therefore, winnability-wise, putting the Aam Aadmi Party on a weaker wicket.
Right, Preeti. So, as we saw the start of the conversation and dialogue between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress was actually because Rahul Gandhi said that we believe in inclusive politics and we should consider and see whether we can accommodate our alliance partners, specifically Aam Aadmi Party. And that was in the CEC meeting that he said that they shouldn't feel that we've left them out. And after that, the dialogue had started, but that the talks were a non-starter right from the start because, you know, as they say, you know, the intention was there, but the heart was not there in the talks. And the Congress was never ready to budge from more than 3 seats, while the Aam Aadmi Party had given a very ambitious list. Earlier leaders in the Congress told me that it was 20, and they said, okay, they've climbed down to 10. But I am told that somewhere the talks were hovering, as you said, on that 5-figure mark. The Aam Aadmi Party was okay with 5. The Congress perhaps could have climbed a little up and given 5 away, but the talks actually broke down on the quality of seats that the Aam Aadmi Party wanted, and they felt that they were being given the leftovers where BJP was as strong as winning election 5 times, and that's why they feel that no heartburns, they are part of the India alliance, and perhaps we will amicably part ways in the Haryana elections, and the next battle Delhi will be seen and dealt with later.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Moshmi. We're going to come back and to you where more information or what really went down in the background of it all, because these talks staggered, continued, but come to a knot, hit a dead end, and now hands off. No alliance between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. Now, for the past 4 days, you have seen snippets of India Today's newsroom diaries, where Ananya Pandey explores the heart of the newsroom, tries her hand as an anchor, experiences what makes a newsroom click. Now, if you've missed any of those, go check them out on our social media channels. But we leave you today with Ananya's fabulous T20 run with India Today's Nikhil Naz.
With me, Ananya, and Ananya, I'm Nikhil, but you can call me Bay.
What? Why?
Well, that's because that's the name I go by. Quite often I hear, Kya Bay, Chal Bay, Idhar Aa Bay, Kya Khayega Bay. In fact, every second person here in Delhi is Bay.
Okay, at least we have that one thing in common.
No, we got two things in common.
What is it?
In fact, three.
What?
One is the other one's cricket. And the other, good looks.
Oh, yeah. No, as Karina says, good looks, good looks, good looks.
I know you're a big cricket fan, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you about. When did that love for sport or cricket start?
So I think the love for it started when I was about 12 or 13 years old, and I think just growing up watching games with my dad, you know, something that my dad and I have really bonded over the years. It's something that him and I set time apart, and it's something that just him and I do together, you know.
Okay, talking about your love for IPL, I'm going to show you something. I'm sure you remember, but this went viral. This is you very recently. This is when Kolkata Knight Riders won.
We hadn't even won at this point. I think we just it was a really close match. I think it was against Mumbai, if I'm not wrong.
If it's the final, then it's Sunrisers.
No, this wasn't the final. This was the quarter-finals or something. Right. It was very crucial because if we won this, then we went straight to the finals. Yeah. So it was that, and we were like really, we hadn't even won the match then. It was like we had just hit some six or gotten some out, and we like really were going crazy.
I always wanted to know, is there a conflict in your head which team to support? Because you're a Mumbai girl.
Yeah.
But I know that you have allegiance with Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yes.
How do you decide?
I guess I am a little torn at the end of the day. But for me, it's my best friend's team. So at the end of the day, it's something that is bonding for us also. You know, SRK, so he calls us his angels and his good luck charm when we go for the matches with him. So I think that's like our thing.
Before we get to the rapid fire, one final video that I'm going to show you, and this video is of a lot of interest to us because it features Hardik Pandya. My question to you is, how many points from 1 to 10 do you give to Hardik for his moves?
I think honestly I'm a 10, and when I'm dancing I'm not looking at anyone but myself. So I think I'll just go with me.
Okay, final bit, and this is, I know that you've done the tougher rapid fire with Kafid Karan. We call it T20, not rapid fire, because T20 is rapid, right? Fast pace. So we call it T20 because you're in a sports studio. So are you ready for it?
Okay, let's go.
Your favorite sports person of all time?
Virat Kohli.
Okay. The one sports star you'd want to play on screen?
Manu Bhaker.
Wow.
Yes.
I'd pay money to watch that. Okay. The one exercise at the gym that you absolutely hate?
Burpees. I really hate burpees. Even though my character in Call Me Bay loves burpees. Once you watch the show, you'll find out. But moving on.
Okay. Your 3 a.m. friend in the industry?
My 3 a.m. friend would be Suhana.
Okay.
Yes.
Your current celebrity crush?
My current celebrity crush? Ranveer Singh.
You ask God for your ideal partner. He says, fine, I'll give you that. But for that, you'll have to give up watching one of your favorite films forever. And I'm going to give you choices. Is it KKHH, KKKG, or DDLJ?
Oh my God. I think I've seen... I can't.
You can never watch it ever.
Oh my God. Okay, I think I've seen K3G too many times. So like, it's okay. It's fine.
I thought you might say, I don't need an ideal partner. I'll live without.
No, guys, let's be realistic.
What's a typical cheat day like for you?
It starts with like a full breakfast. So there'll be like Turkish eggs, and there'll be chocolate croissant and this French toast that my sister makes, which is amazing. And then like a latte. And then for lunch, I would go with some Italian. So I would go with like a spicy penne arrabbiata and a pizza. And then for dinner, either Japanese or then butter chicken and cheese naan.
I was just going to get to that. You never mentioned butter chicken. Because I remember your ideal guy will be the one who can cook great butter chicken.
Yes.
So if you're a fan of Ananya Pandey and you want to get to know her, you're going to feed her some good butter chicken.
You'll know all my secrets.
But thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, so that's one part of our newsroom diaries. We're going to continue to get you more through the course of this week.